The third heat of the Primus Telecom Puppy Derby. Don't forget there's a reserve in trap 6 here. It's Dunham Warrior, the reserve, taking the place of Droopy's Veto, who I think was off colour, if I remember right. Am I right in saying?
No, there's a slight strain, hot strain. I don't think it's not massively serious, but they're young enough to. You don't really want to take too many chances with Droopy's Veto. Dean Child said so. I think he'll be off the track for 2 or 3 weeks.
OK, the results up at Hove, as you can see, Sleeping Urban returned even money favourite. The bookmakers just getting a little bit generous at the end there, 4 to 5 at to even money. Second place at trap 3 at 4 to 1, third at trap 2. Forecast 5.97, Tricast 14.85. So we've got another race to conjure with here, Heat 3. Thoughts, gentlemen. Fifi's Legend is the 5 to 4 favourite. Off you go, Robert. Tell us a bit about Fifi's Legend.
Fifi's Legend's a new recruit for Chris Allsop, and obviously Chris Allsop knows how to buy his dogs because he's bought a few last year. And this dog's been bought out of Clonmel, done a good 28.85 back in December. And I was impressed by its trial last week. The one thing I would say is this Millwood's Boom trialled on the same day and actually went 15 spots quicker. So it is interesting, but you've got to say Fifi's Legend on the draw. It's inside, for me, its main danger, Millwood's Boom. And if trapping, should go well. But I must say that Droopy's Edmund is a brother to Britannia Richard, and something what struck me was the fact that Mr. Dunphy still owns it and sent it over to Charlie Lister, so maybe that says something in itself.
And had a trial 28.33, but forced to check in behind Lents and Ginger. Currently priced at 3 to 1. Bookmakers okay about letting that one drift out as far as they're concerned. The track bookmakers, as you can see, 5 to 4 Fifi's Legend, Millwood's Boom at 5 to 2, Droopy's Edmund 3 to 1, 6 to 1 Black Rose, 7 to 1 Hey Kiddo, and 25 to 1 Dunham Warrior. There's not really a lot of form to go on here, Jonathan, is there, for this race? I mean, basically Fifi's Legend having its first race. Trap 2, Millwood's Boom's only had the one start. Trap 3 having its first race. Trap 4 just had the one start. Trap 5, Hey Kiddo, A8 and A7 at Henlow, and the reserve here, Dunham Warrior, A7 at Nottingham.
Well, Seamus Gorn knows the time of day, so interesting to see anything trained by Seamus and running out of 5 might just be a spot of value, but I'm afraid I'm all over the favourite. I think, as Robert said, Chris has been, I think, pretty astute in the sort of market of buying greyhounds, and plenty have clearly got pace, and this is one as well. And the greyhound that he beat in trials, I thought showed up quite well, didn't it, in a previous heat. I'm not going to try and pronounce it either, Errol, but Fifi's Legend for me in trap 1, the obvious choice, and I think we'll go on probably for Droopy's Edmund. But this is the beauty. We're in a fortuitous position. In years gone by, we wouldn't have seen these heats had we not been at the track.
Yes.
And I think it's a chance for punters, and even if as much as our partners would wish that you had a bet in this race, you don't have to. Concentrate, maybe on looking and seeing how this is going to develop into the semi-finals, or look for performances in behind of greyhounds who are young and improving. Put them in your notebook and follow their careers.
Well, you can see the bookmakers can't drag any support in for Droopy's Edmonds now to 4 to 1.
As Jonathan was saying, a dog to keep an eye on here is Hey Kiddo. I've watched it run a few times, and it does actually need further. And watch this greyhound run to the pickup, because for me this will be a stare to watch out for in the future.
OK, thanks very much, Robert. As you can see, the Starlers checking them over, waves the flag. I'll give you some news on the tweeting front. I'm sorry, we've sort of got tweets back from 10 minutes ago that need to be read that are fairly interesting, so I'm going to endeavour to get there in a moment. Anyway, the hare's running for Heat 3 of the Primus Telecom Puppy Derby. Favourite in 1, Fifi's Legend for Chris Allsop. And there they go, and it's broken reasonably well. Fifi's Legend leads up towards that first bend. Just some crowding and bumping going on. 2's in second, Millwood's Boom. 3 who desperately wanted the rails. Droopy's Edmonds got it finally. Took a bump or 2 getting there. So head down the far side. Fifi's Legend with a 2.5 length lead over 2, Millwood's Boom. 4 lengths back to Droopy's Edmund. After these comes 4, Black Rose Ace. They come round the final bend, and it's Fifi's Legend for Chris Allsop that's going to make all. Fifi's Legend wins by 3.5 lengths. Second place to trap 2, Millwood's Boom, and I believe trap 3, Droopy's Edmund, crossed the line in third. We'll just get clarification of that in a moment. But Robert, you're about to say something?
Yeah, I was just watching how the fire was running on there,
Yeah,
and
it
it's
wasn't far
actually
away at the drop,
second,
was it?
second to the pickup.
Was he really? Yeah.
After about being about stranded 15 lengths behind down the back straight.
Well, there you go. I mean, you know, Robert, by saying that, you're looking at this greyhound, you're thinking, actually, yeah. I mean, he's a dog I'm not too familiar with, but you look at him and you think,
completely
you know,
outpaced
maybe
the first bend, so looks a stayer in the
time,
making.
he's
doesn't
a stayer in the making, and you know, those people watching tonight have got a chance of maybe following his career and seeing, you know, how good he'll be as a stayer. I thought, you know, this was a pretty faultless effort. I think what I mean, I don't know what the makeup was of middles, wides, and rails, but was that a 1-2-3 finish? I mean,
well,
you know,
we'll just clarify what was third in a minute or two.
Yeah.
Because I was concentrating on the front two so much that when the third went past.
How many semi-finals? We're looking at 3 semi-finals next week.
Yeah, three semi-finals.
Top heavy, possibly, of railers.
Fifi's Legend doing the business though. So win for trap 1, second place trap 2 Millward's Boom, and across the line in third, yes indeed, trap 3 Droopy's Edmund. 1, 2 and 3 then the result of heat 3. We'll try and bring you a winning time of that so far. So we've had 3 heats. What's been impressive? Obviously we've all got to be impressed by Kulavani Bird at the end of the day. Although